Peoples. What's happening, man? Yeah. It's the Quality Minutes podcast. It's your boy Yak. Yeah. It's your boy Speedy. It's your girl Keita. It was actually Keita's birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out. Happy birthday, youngin. How old you turn? 21?
You're so sweet. 39. Last year in my 30s, y'all. I'm knocking on 40 real hard.
Nice.
And I welcome it. Because 40 is like the new 30 anyway. I want to leave all these mistakes made in the 30s behind me. So, yes.
I know that's right. Amen to that.
Listen, it's ladies that wish. There's women in their 20s that wish they look like you at 25.
I agree.
Yeah. Which leads us into our conversation today.
Oh, I like that. I like it, man. The lead block right there. I like it. That's what you're doing out here.
Definitely. What are we talking about today?
Yak?
Oh, you know, this might be a little touchy subject, man, but I think it's more on the lines of women.
Tell us about women.
Has the value of the woman gone down over the years? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all trying to get
nasty. Has the value gone down? Like,
did you say that has the value of women gone down?
Yes. Has it gone
down?
How
we say quality?
Like
I don't want anybody coming after you. So let's say the quality. Has the quality?
Okay, I can dig
that. Don't sound too much better.
It's pretty good. That's pretty bad.
Oh, well. Hey, we gonna get hated on whether we doing wrong or right.
But this is the Quality Minutes podcast, so has the quality of women gone down? When you say quality, do you like what's the comparison between like our mother's generation, our grandmother's generation versus like this current generation, or like our generation?
Yeah, I would say that has the quality of women and generations change. How about that? You know.
Well, you know what? Can we sum it down a little bit more just in this one way? Because if we compare what our grandmas did, cooking homemade macaroni, the collard greens, candy yams, making the turkey, all this stuff every Sunday.
Shout out to grandma.
Because the difference is of education, of opportunities. So that's not really fair. But just being a woman, a support system, having to contribute to society, I think that is definitely something that needs to be examined.
I like it. Remember the days when women used to wear red lipstick and their grandmama used to be like, they used to be for whores and stuff like that.
There's a lot of whores walking in Detroit.
They're like, you can't wear red lipstick or red fingernail polish. Like, that's the whores wear that. Like, oh, do those people still exist?
I mean,
yeah.
Well, then I was a whore all weekend because I read lipstick. I ain't did nothing whorish, but I had on red lipstick.
It was your birthday, though.
Hey, man, shout out to whorish behaviors. Give it up for whorish behaviors. No, you weren't a whore. I mean, it goes back to like beauty standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is beautiful? What was beautiful then versus like what is considered beautiful now?
That takes us to the list. I mean, well, no, this takes us to some statistics that I just found.
Hit us with some stats, Keita.
Hit us with the stats, baby.
So we have out of 100 men, we have that 25% of them, I'm looking at it, said that the most beautiful thing about a woman, I'm sorry, I read it backwards. They said that 50% of them said that the most beautiful thing about a woman is her smile. Then 2 says that the second stat says that 25% of men say that a woman's confidence in knowing who she is was very beautiful.
Okay. All right.
Then we have about a good 25% others. This was a very short list, thank goodness. Think that a woman's curves is what makes her beautiful.
Okay. All right.
Can never go wrong with some curves. I'll tell you that much. I'm a thumbs up on the curve guy. You know what I'm talking
about? Definitely. But some great poets once said, you can't trust a big butt and a smile.
From the book of BBD.
Bell, Biv, and
Bell, Biv, and DeVoe. Yes.
Can't trust a big butt and a smile.
Okay, man. Listen.
I think eyes should be on that list. I'm a fan of women's eyes. You know.
Well, let's do the list right now, y'all.
Okay. All right. What we doing?
Ow! Ow!
Okay.
Y'all the men, so y'all get.
All right. All right. What you say, Greg? You say eyes? That's what you're gonna?
Yeah, I love a woman's eyes. You know, you can tell a lot about a lady just looking in her eyes. Like, oh, this motherfucker gonna be some trouble.
What you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you look for in the eyes? Are you talking about like light color or like are they squinting?
It all depends, man. They got power in the eyes, man. Like. They can give you that seductive look. They can tell you when they pissed off. It's just something about the eyes, man.
Since we're taking out scriptural books, I think it was the book of Scarface said the eyes never lie, Chico. You know what I'm saying? You can tell.
Not the book of Tony Montana.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Hey man,
is she slow? Is she crazy? Is she dangerous? Is she going to be seductively
You see what she's doing with her eyes right now, ladies and gentlemen? That's exactly what I'm talking about. She just squinted, opened them up, all that. She knows the power of the eyeball.
So that's the most beautiful thing about a woman that's one of the things or beautiful things about a woman is the eyes.
That's one of mine for sure.
What
would you say, sir?
So many things. I agree with the list. Confidence for sure, right? Like I think that confidence is like half the battle because it's some women who look great but aren't very confident, and that's how they carry it. And there's some women who like are maybe average, according to my standards, might be like just average, but they're so confident that it takes them up a level, you know what I mean? But I would say, man, some good feet and legs, man.
Ooh, the toes.
Toesy woesies. And here's why I say, number one, I just like a woman with some really nice feet. I tell my wife all the time, if you had bad feet, I don't know that we would be married right now. But here's what I'm so
seen the movie.
Man, listen. But I say, like, if a woman takes care of her feet, something as small and like what seems to be minute as your feet and your toes, that means you might take care of the rest of your person, right? Like, so that's why I think
I can agree to that. I can see that. I can see how you can say that.
And then some legs too. Oof, some beautiful legs. Oh, Jesus.
You didn't went to three things. You got one thing to pick. Which one?
He made a whole list.
He making his own.
I'm sorry. Go.
Which is the top? Because you're getting hot. I see you getting hot. Just think about it. Wait for your wife after we're done. I need you to tell us which is the one thing.
I'll say the one thing. I'll say the feet. A woman with some really nice feet, and if she know how to dress up the feet with some nice shoes and know how to walk in them shoes.
So let me ask you this, like, okay,
bro,
when you said if it wasn't for the fact that she has some nice feet, you might not be married. So how did the interview process go with her? Like, hey, CG, how you doing? I'm Ryan. Take your shoes off.
Nah, you know how it goes, man. You know how it goes, bro. You get comfortable. Y'all might like hang out at the house or something, and she might be walking around some house shoes or some flip-flops, or she may not walk around the house with any shoes at all. And you gotta just peep out the feet.
I check those toes.
Feet are busted, man. I don't know, bro. Like it's nothing worse to me than a woman with some tore up feet, fam.
If your feet look like mine, I can totally see why you can say that. Like, nah, we got the same type of dogs. Yeah, it'll be a problem. So I can see how you can say that'd be very problematic. So I can definitely see how you can say that.
Bro, do you think a woman could take care of you or take care of kids if she ain't cleaning her toenails and clipping her toenails?
Not at all. Not at all.
No chance.
She's tearing up my bed sheets. That's what she's doing.
Dog.
Shit, these are expensive sheets. Motherfucking scars going
through these rips. ripped up cloth in the morning. Come on, man.
Please, yeah, man. But I do feel like it's beauty in all women.
For sure.
One thing I can't even say that I'm upset about though, but it's really getting concerning to me is that they're not comfortable. It feels like women not comfortable in their own skin now. Like
that's mine. That was mine on the list.
You know what I'm saying?
That's mine. The confidence, the being. It's kind of like almost hand in hand with what you were about to say. The confidence and a woman's ability to be resilient really is what's attractive to me. And I know I don't, go that way, but I still see the beauty in in the same sex. And I will tell a woman, I think you are gorgeous based on how I see her carry herself, because I can see that confidence. She'll be having the worst day. And I've had some women say, you just made my day. I was having a horrible day. But her confidence and her ability to be resilient and still keep moving is what made her so beautiful at that moment, especially when she was vulnerable enough to tell me today wasn't the best of days, but she still was able to carry it as such, So I agree with you.
Can I make a statement? It may not be very popular. So Greg is talking about how like a lot of women aren't happy with, their physical being. And so they go out and get augmentation. They get the, Brazilian butt lifts. You know whose fault that is? That's women's fault. That's women's fault, bro.
Message.
That's women's fault, man. Because let me tell you something, man. Y'all be tearing each other apart, man. Like,
look at this bitch. Look at this.
Listen, women be tearing each other apart, man. Like, look what's on TV, man. You got the housewives and Love and Hip Hop, and they just be talking so much shit about each other, like tearing each other apart, man. That is
Bad Girls Club and all that other shit.
I'm not saying like men aren't partly responsible, because definitely like, but bro, y'all are not cool with each other.
Not at all.
Wait.
Oh,
To counter that, I will say, yes, there are a lot of mean girls out here, hence the movie Mean Girls. It showed how women can be mean friends and backstabbers and tear someone down. I mean, she even changed her look in the movie, the main character, because of how mean they were being. So that's a true fact. But the thing is, nobody, I feel, can build in any of these cultures better another woman up than another Black woman to another Black woman. Think about it. And Amanda Seales, she's one of my favorite comedians. Okay. She had made a skit where she had made a comment where she says, nobody can make somebody feel better than a Black woman, because we don't just give you a compliment. We tell your compliment to you. If you wearing polka dots, it's like, okay, polka dot. Right, your hair, look at that swinging. Stiff wear, like we do build up. But the thing is, I think more of these women are doing these plastic surgeries in an effort to get ballers because of reality shows or musicians, because they're seeing certain women that these men have went for. They say, I need to mimic that if I want that lifestyle. And now if you're not doing that, now you're unpopular.
And that's in that part too. I could totally see how you could say that. Now, as far as this baller and all that type of shit, right? Okay. I'm going to tell you about this post that I was just reading before I got on.
Tell us about it.
A friend of mine posted that he's convinced that a lot of you women just want a man to take care of you like a grown-ass child. I mean... Sheesh. I watch a lot of videos. I see a lot of stuff, man. And the gold digging population is probably increased by 90% over the last decade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was this one girl, she always online, and she had the nerve to say, hey, if you take me out on the date, right, you have to pay me because I'll miss work to come chill with you. And I'm like, isn't that a part of courting? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, What are you talking about?
That's the only job I can think of that requires you to be.
I don't know what the hell the lady does. All I know is she sounds like a goddamn fool. I say, so the very first time somebody meets you, they have to pay for your babysitters, pay you for not going to work, then pay for the dates. The first time, like,
yeah, they just making up rules as they go along. Like they just making up stuff as they go along. That don't make any sense.
It was preposterous here, and she was so confident, like, bro, I'm so tired of guys just wasting my time. Yeah, you know, time is money. And I said, yeah, I understand all of that, but from a stranger, like, you making him have all that responsibility just to see how you are, like, you sound crazy.
But see, here's the problem with that is that the expectation that you create in the man's mind, like once a man start spending money on a woman, right? And there's an expectation with a lot of guys, right? Like, especially if I'm paying you a crazy amount of money to do something, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all saw that video where that girl was mad at her man because he didn't pay for the whole, did you see that? He didn't pay for the whole like crew,
her 18 friends. Oh,
her friends came to her birthday party, and she was like going off on him or whatever because he didn't pay.
It wasn't even a birthday party. They met at a restaurant. It was dinner reservations. She didn't tell how many people she was bringing. He probably just thought it was her and 2 friends, and then she ended up bringing 18 people total. And he was like, "Oh, I only got you."
No, the problem is homegirl probably told her friends that my man's taking care of it, and they showed up without any money.
They started ordering everything.
And when the check came, they were trying to count up their coins and figure out how they was gonna pay for their meal.
Hey, y'all motherfuckers about to be in the back doing some dishes today, baby.
Busting some suds.
Get up an apron.
Man, that's
about
wild.
to be waitressing in this boy tonight, boy.
If I was a dude, I would have said, "Oh, you gonna complain about them?" I would be so bold. I'd be like, then you can pay for your own meal too. All y'all going back there and because we're done. I'm not dating you anymore if you're gonna act like this. This was a gift. I didn't have to do it.
Man,
people be acting like. Oof.
And the part that pissed me off the most about that story is she had the nerve to say, I don't want no, what do I look like? I don't want a broke ass nigga. Oh, so now I'm a broke ass nigga because your friends ain't got no cheese. Where's the logic, man? Like, I mean, you hang around a bunch of broke motherfuckers, but I'm the broke one. Right. You ate pretty good, didn't you? You know, man, that's crazy, man. I was just like,
here's the problematic part. Her friends are in the background, like gassing her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In the background, watching the girl. That's supposed to be a private conversation between you and your girl, but they got the cameras out. They in the background shaking their head.
I tell you one thing, though. I tell you one thing. I'm sorry. Now this is my horror's life back in the day. If I would have paid for 18 people, 16 of them motherfuckers coming home with us, baby girl. You understand me? Hey, it's gonna be a fun night. You hear me? Man, we all having some fun. Hey, we all friends. Nah, shit.
Tell your friends. Get with my friends. We can all be friends.
You know what I'm saying?
We can do this every weekend.
Every weekend. Right?
But that's exactly what I was saying. Is like, you know, once you expect when certain men pay and spend a certain kind of money, like the expectation is created. So if you're asking a man to give you money for a day's wages plus the dinner plus childcare, that man's gonna be like, well, okay, well,
what's up? Well, what'd it be like? You know what I'm saying?
I need more than this conversation, ma'am. You know what I mean?
And then she gets offended. Excuse me, sir. I am not that type of lady.
She's grabbing her pearls and stuff.
Excuse me.
They don't even wear pearls anymore today. That's another thing.
What type of woman do you take me for?
What? Flabbergasted now.
I take you as a bank robber. Just maybe throwing his goddamn money around this
scammer.
It's insane, man. It's insane.
So we talking about the quality woman. So we've touched on where we see it going wrong. Or where we've seen that it went wrong. Mm-hmm. To what you made a point, Ryan, Speedy. You said that was a private conversation she should have had with him, but instead she did it in front of all of her friends. Mm-hmm. what do you think, what qualities does a woman need to possess? We talked about the surface stuff. Let's get into the deeper stuff. What, we talked about the smile, the toes. We've talked about the things that when we see her walking and the confidence she has to be resilient through problems and still overcome, but with what it seems to be confidence. What do you feel is the thing that women should possess,
the intangibles
today, to be a quality woman?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's very
because for me, it hits with what you just said. What you just said takes being submissive. For me to feel a certain way on behalf of my friends, I might have been wrong. Like that girl was wrong. I might be wrong. And my friends are telling me they're laying down their grievances on the matter. My thing is, hold on, y'all. Go out to the parking lot by myself, not with a recorder to embarrass him and to emasculate him, but to have a conversation with him and give him his dignity. Because whether I am your wife or whether I am dating you, I'm choosing to follow you. And I wouldn't have made you my man if I didn't think that you could lead. So therefore, that takes submission. And most women take submission as domination, and they're not the same thing.
And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So for me, I think the quality that's missing in women is understanding the difference, because it is very hard to be a submissive woman. It takes a certain type of strength and confidence. And if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry that you don't know what it looks like, but it actually does not mean that he will always have the final say. Sometimes you do have the final say. How do you make him understand what you're feeling to then follow what you're saying? That takes submission.
Let me just say this real quick before you start. Ladies, pay attention to who you getting advice from. Like, I'm not saying don't get advice from your single friends, because they may have some good wisdom to impart.
Because I'm single.
Just pay attention.
Yeah,
to
for
who
sure.
you getting advice from. You know what I mean? So my bad.
That's men too. That's men too, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You can't take too much advice from a motherfucker who's always fucking up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Thank you for saying that.
That might not be the person you want to get that advice from. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny that you mentioned about the submission. We were in couples therapy, and that was one of our conversations about submission. And it's funny how a lot of women don't even. Like you say, they think that submission means you about to be my slave and all that type of shit. But really, it's really just being a
team player.
Yeah, exactly. A team player. You can be a 50-50, allowing each other to do what each other has to do for one another. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's amazing that a lot of women don't. I mean, even men, we don't even really understand it all the time. But when they broke it down to us, I was like, oh wow, it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope, man.
I think Chris Rock said it best. Like, his last special was called Tambourine, where he was like, in a marriage, it's like playing in a band. Sometimes you singing lead, and sometimes you're just in the back playing the tambourine. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you play the drums or you singing lead. Sometimes you playing the tambourine, and you got to know when it's your time to play the tambourine. As a man who's married, like, sometimes I got to take a step back because, you know what I mean? Like, because as we got these very, arbitrary gender roles, and I understand that the family structure, but if my wife is better at something than I am, like,
let her take control. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? If she's better at finance, or if she's better at this, or better at, she know how to fix a car. You know what I mean? Like, why am I gonna be it just because I want to be a man? And what I mean? Like,
look over there looking stupid.
Right.
She can fix it in 5 minutes. You over there
with YouTube up trying to figure, like, come on.
Reading the manual.
Right. No, I got it. I'm good.
Maybe you see my glasses. Have you seen my reading glasses? Have you seen them, baby? So
you know what a Phillips head, damn Phillips head screwdriver.
I know one thing for sure. My woman, when she takes lead, it'd be helping me out a lot, because it'd be some shit I'd be like, oh, like finding stuff. Women are the best of finding things that be right in front of your damn face too. I love it. I love every bit of that. Babe, have you seen my hat? Which one? The one on your head? Oh shit, you're right. Oh, Right. Yeah, you're right.
That's because they be the ones hiding it, man. My wife get on my nerves, man. She be she be moving stuff all the time. I'm like, dude, I promise you the spoons was there last week. Why are they over here? That don't even make sense to me.
Well, I just felt like, decorating a little bit, just moving around. Yeah, that's
What is it that you guys want? And like, as far as quality in it, that's missing today, what is it? If you could insert it once again, what is it that you're looking for?
I think a woman with vision, right? Like a woman who has goals and could see herself in 15, who can see herself in 20 years, like a woman with vision. Also, like that vision also is about like what she can see in you. You know what I mean? Because I think it's powerful when you're around people who could see the potential in you, who could speak life into you. That's important. A woman without vision, like, where is she going? Like, what direction is she going in? So I think
she's a team player. She doesn't know where she's going, how she going to help you.
Yeah, like if I don't know where you're going, like, how can I support you in that? Right? Exactly. How can we work together to get there? You know what I'm saying? So like that's that vision is an intangible. Dope. Yeah.
I'll say strength. I need somebody strong enough to deal with the elements around them and also their own shit, like, because everybody got problems, but everybody want to hear that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got to have enough strength in you to be able to deal with situations. You know what I'm saying? I love a strong woman. Like, nobody can stop her, like you say, from her goals or stop her from being the mother that she's going to be, or, you know what I'm saying? Just somebody who's real strong personality, who doesn't just break and fold under pressure and all that type of shit, man. So that'll be mine, man. Strength.
Definitely strength. And I'll add to that, like, maybe it's what you mean, like strength and like resilience. You know what I'm saying? Being able to withstand like tough times. That's real. That's real.
Yeah. You don't want no soft ass lady out here, boy. Y'all both will be through.
Because life is hard. Life is hard.
Tough.
Marriage is hard. If you don't have nobody who could like see you through it, man, or see themselves through it, it's gonna be a tough go.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah, that's real.
So what about men?
What'd you say?
Sorry.
How do you feel? What do you think about men?
Yeah, what you think?
She got her own list.
She said
when I brought up I was trying to figure out
where do I begin?
No, okay. So with that question, I meant, let me be more specific when I said, what about men? Do you feel that men are doing their part to receive such quality women that they are desiring?
Ooh.
Like what we've all just talked about right now, although I'm a woman, it matters because these women more so are for you men. So do you think that you men today are doing your part to therefore have these quality women you are talking about?
I say no. I say no to a lot of on certain aspects of that, because we create the gold diggers and the ratchetness,
we are enablers.
Yeah. And that they see the dollar sign before they see their own qualities now, like, you know what I'm saying? Or they just see the money or a motherfucker wearing a chain and be like, oh, I'm in love with him, but not knowing this motherfucker is crazy, deranged motherfucker. So yeah, I think we enable that a lot, man, especially nowadays, because money can't bring you happiness. I tell you that much, especially in a relationship. Like, it's cool and all, but if you don't got those qualities, but you barbecue chicken out here, man, for real.
I'm gonna let both you and Speedy speak before I do. I'm gonna be last because this is about y'all. So yeah, go ahead.
What you think?
Go ahead, Speedy.
I can't answer that question. I don't know. Like, I'm not like out here in these streets like that, so I don't really know. I think that,
but you have friends and you have colleagues and you hear, and television does do a lot of revealing and IG of what you see as far as the men, what they're asking for and what they're producing themselves. So from those aspects, from those things, what do you feel?
I feel that I still have no idea. I don't know. I just, because I say that because I know a lot of there's a lot of good guys, right? Like there's a lot of good dudes out here doing it, working hard. And there's a lot of really good women, and there's a lot of trash guys, and there's a lot of trash women out here. So I think that as a single person, like I'm not a single person, but like people have to sift through all the BS, which is social media, which is like dating apps. And it's a lot harder to find like quality, because ultimately like what social media apps are is just like you're creating this avatar, basically. Like there's an avatar of you online, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that represents who you are, and it's not necessarily who you are. So it's hard to get down to who a person truly is. Now, I do agree with Greg, like, you know, if we call women gold diggers, there's a reason women are gold diggers, because somebody's providing the gold, right? And somebody's like giving over this bread. So I don't know, like I do think that, you know, the quality of men is changing, the quality of women is changing. I don't know.
And IG is the devil.
Oh man,
that shit is the devil, boy. I tell you.
Listen, I got some single female friends, man, and they logged into their Hinge or whatever the app is, and they were showing me some of the messages that cats be sending. And I'm like, dudes be saying this?
They be so savage.
And it works. Jesus Christ. They just be sending pics. They just be sending them joints.
My God.
Off rip, and it works. Man, wow.
It's insane, bro. It's insane. They don't give a fuck online, boy. I tell you that much. But go ahead, Keita. What's your take?
I agree with what you're saying, Greg, because I said that to a guy who was interested in me. He was the first time that I said, okay, you can come by to pick me up, because, you know, I have to feel you out, know what you about before you know where I live.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came by, I wasn't completely ready yet. So I said, why don't you come in for a second? So he's walking around my downstairs area. He's like, oh, this is nice, and this and that. And, oh, what are you doing back here? I said, oh, well, I was starting a project, but financially I had to like pause until I got stuff back together. And then this is what it's going to be in the backyard. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I got a homeboy who could do that. I can handle that for you. And this. So already he's making it seem like what? He can handle and make moves and move mountains, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then
that just seems kind of helpful. I'm not gonna lie, that just seems helpful.
I'm not done.
Okay.
All right. I think I knew she was gonna get a little deeper.
I'll wait.
Right. I saw Greg say, he was like, I'm like, okay, and
because I'd be like, yeah, call your man.
Hit him up. Hey, how much you talking?
And so then we go out and we start talking about, what are your goals? What are your dreams? This and that. And I start talking about this and that. And he's making it seem like, again, he's financially set. He's making certain comments about what he's got, what he does. And I finally had to say, because I was getting tired of the BS. I was like, you know, I don't need your money. I know, but I say, if you don't have it like that, don't do that to yourself. And he was like, how you gonna tell me my wallet thick, this and that? I was like, oh, okay. So I tested him. I did. I don't play games. But the thing is, since you keep talking big cash money, and he kept on asking me, he was like, why don't you never ask me for help? Why don't you never ask me for help? I got this. I got things. I could do things. So finally I said, DTE and consumers is due. I need a little help. I didn't really, but you keep talking and you're getting upset now that I don't ever ask you for help. So it lets me know you a Captain Save-A-Ho type dude. Mm. So, but I just want to reveal you and see how your reaction is going to be. He then, okay, I got you. And I gave him a deadline. I said, it has to be due by such and such date or it's going to be shut off. That wasn't true. I was just saying. He never came through. Matter of fact, he went ghost. Then he finally came through like 2 weeks later, like, where you been? I said, please don't play them games with me. He was like, what? I said, what happened to you assisting me? I thought you had it. Well, I really didn't have it. I didn't know how to face you. I said, because you really don't have it like that, right? He was like, I said, I really didn't need your money. I really didn't. It's just that you keep getting frustrated because I'm not allowing you to help me. And it's like, okay, if I ever really did have a crisis, would he be there, since you're making it seem that way? Well, you shouldn't just want because of the money. I said, no, but you're presenting that every time, even from the first time. You made it seem like you could come out of money, you could do this, you could do that. You can't get mad at a woman when she finally says, okay, yes, give it to me then.
True.
That's all you keep flashing my way. A car, money, this and that. And then you're living beyond your means. You are living in your head a champagne dream, but on your beer money. And it proved itself. Like, you can't do it.
Shout out to Jabroni Jim.
So from then he became very
Jim.
From then he became very upset. He became very upset because he was exposed and he felt emasculated, but I didn't emasculate him. He did that to himself. He exposed himself. And from then I was like, he had an attitude about so much every time. And I was like, it's just not going to work. So for me, men are Frankenstein. And Frankenstein was not the monster. Frankenstein was the creator of the monster.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Frankenstein's monster that men are complaining about now. You've created this problem, and now you don't like that it's coming at your doors, banging down. Hey, let me in to destroy you. And you don't like it.
So let me ask, it's a chicken. What comes first, chicken or the egg question, right?
Chicken.
So what would cause a man to walk into a date with that mentality, right? Like if he feels like the only way to court you is to show you how much money he has, like where would he have us develop that mentality? How would he have developed that mentality?
Well, my house is a big house. So I have a feeling that sometimes, let's keep it real. Y'all don't buy these big cars that are flashy and wear these chains and wear Gucci down to the socks. Y'all don't do all that because you want to make your homeboys say, you looking good. What you do? You're doing that to get attention, just like the bird kingdom.
Punani.
Okay, you showing those feathers. Okay, you want that punani. But the thing is, when you
what's that? Yeah, you got to wait a minute. The what? What'd you say?
Say it again. I can't do it yet. I can't.
They want that punani. That's all they do it for, man.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle said it. He said, like, if a man can have sex with a woman in a box, he wouldn't buy a house.
He wouldn't.
Okay. But when you see me and you are seeing, she seems like she's well off. She seems like she has it together. The only other thing that you could do is make it seem like, well, I've got this kind of money to continue fulfilling this lifestyle for you. I got to keep up. I got to show that I got something. Yeah. And the only thing he had at that time, rather than good conversation to allow me to get to know him, which he revealed himself anyway, but is to make it seem like I got this. And that's why he was getting frustrated, because I wasn't needing him. So when I finally said, let me make a scenario and put myself in the position to say, I need something. That's when his true self was revealed. And
he was insecure.
I think man
he was very insecure. Don't let me put some makeup on for the day, and I'm not going out with him. Why you got makeup on? We ain't going out. Nigga, I know.
Come on, Jabroni Jim, please.
But you trying to get somebody else? No, I'm trying to look good for me. Because contrary to belief, a lot of times these women are doing this because their self-esteem is low. It's not just to get a man. I have had surgery. I have not had cosmetic surgery where I've had implants or anything of that nature. I haven't had a BBL, but I've had 5 pregnancies, 3 live births, 4 years straight. My body took a toll, and I needed, with naturally breastfeeding, I needed to lift these suckers, because you men don't know that struggle, but gravity happens after you didn't had human beings on you. for years at a time, So I got a lift done, but it wasn't for another man. It was for me to feel good in my clothes, feel good for myself. So sometimes these women do things to make themselves feel better. But other times you're right. They do it so that they could go digging for gold. And they know that you're going to look at the big butt first. Then you're going to look at the smile.
I'm starting to think they do that, and then they go flash it so we can pay for that motherfucking booty they just bought. That's all it is. They're trying to get that money back. Like, oh man, they just spend that dough for them joints, man. There's some terrible BBLs out there. I'll tell you that goddamn much.
It's I'm awful
sick of it. Okay, I am sick of it. I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna go this far on this shit, but this shit is getting fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Man.
You gotta match up. You gotta match up that leg thigh
the ratio.
Yeah. you gotta match
because you can't have a chicken legs with a turkey leg ass. Like, damn, what the fuck is going on?
Or with your waist being this small, but then the rest of you at the top and bottom is huge. Like that doesn't the Incredibles mom.
Look, I work at a production warehouse, and when I tell you, it is some of the worst surgery jobs I've ever seen. And women have to understand this as well. Once you get this surgery done, you might be young when you get it done, but you have to maintain this thing all your life now. Okay, most of them is lazy anyway, so exercise ain't really their cup of tea. Not all, just some. But you don't want to be 75 years old on a walker with the unproportional butt ratio. Like,
they're not going to be able to carry all that butt with that arthritis in the knees, bro. They're going to be right in that chair in the scooter.
Jesus Christ.
The rascal scooter.
Jesus Christ. Ladies, it's okay, man. I mean, you got to be comfortable in your own body, though. I mean, we're just talking shit, please.
Can you imagine, man? It's gonna be in like 25, 30 years. It's gonna be nursing homes filled with
fake booties and oh my god.
They're gonna have to, how you use that walker with the wheels at the end. They're gonna be sitting down because it's gonna be too much weight in the back to be able to wheel and walk across the floor. Even with that, they're gonna have to sit on. You know how it sits, or you can walk with it. They're gonna have to sit and use their legs to just move about because it's just not gonna work.
These grandmas thick as hell.
These grandmas are
Jesus Christ,
juicy.
Yeah. But like I said,
damn, Joanne.
Not Joanne. Joanne got a fatty daddy over there. Miss Joanne. That's what you gotta call her. Right. Miss Joanne.
So in conclusion, what do you think would help society to bring back a woman that has some substance and quality to her that seems to be drifting away or missing today? What do you think, in conclusion, we need to do? Because it's just like Michael Jackson, make that change. We're going to have to look in the mirror and figure out, both women and men, how is it that we can help with, or can we, with society bringing back that quality woman?
One solution I would say is stay off the devil, IG and the social media and shit like that. 2, women, get the fuck out of these gentleman clubs. Stay out of our spot. Stay the hell away. Because that's when it really started. When they started taking over our strip clubs, and there's more women in strip clubs than men are, it tears up the whole dynamic of all this shit. Like, they
gotta explain. They gotta tell me more.
When we first, back in the days, I've been going to strip clubs for a long time, and when they were actually gentleman clubs, you weren't even allowed to come in with women. Like, there's no couples.
Yeah, I know. I was there with you.
You know what I'm saying? And so now, in today's world, you walk in there, you see nothing but women, and they throw them the most money anyway. So they're already setting the bar super high for any men to come in. Like, hey, nigga, why you just sitting here? And they just threw $1,000 at me right now. You know what I'm saying?
But I think, isn't that empowering though? Like, you as a woman, you supporting another woman. You know what I'm saying?
But these dyke women, bro, no offense, ladies. I'm sorry, I don't even say dyke, but the lesbian studs, yeah, they are the niggas nowadays.
And they are aggressive. They are very aggressive. I've had a couple say, I can change you. I'm like, I'm sure you could. I'm not going to give you that chance, though. Because I strictly dickly boo. I'll thank you, though.
Well, I'm going to take a page out of Bill Burr's book. He has a funny comedy special. How come these women ain't showing up to WNBA games? You know what I'm saying? So these women can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is a wonderful question. That is a wonderful question.
These women are on ESPN every other week talking about they not getting paid the same as LeBron James. Like, you know why?
Because they ain't coming to see y'all. That's fucked up.
Ain't nobody coming.
They're in the strip club, though.
But Bill Burr said in his last comedy special, they keep putting it on men to show up to these games. Like, where are all these feminists? All these women, these women empowerment, like, show up to these games.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
So stop having to put yourself. No, that was funny, and that was a good segue. But stop putting yourself. Yak says stop putting yourself in the position of being men, and so at the strip clubs having to look at what was the model. Because remember, this is stripper bodies that they were trying to get at, because the strippers were the first ones who really modified themselves and took over. And now you're looking at that, you seeing what they're getting, you want that. So you start portraying yourself to, or modifying yourself to look like that. But now, what about you, Speedy? What do you think women need to, or men, stop doing or start doing in an effort to help bring back that quality woman?
I think we got to figure out how to accept what we are and who we are. Like, that's just bottom line. Because the problem is, again, you go see other people, you go see on social media, and you start comparing yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing wrong with being short, being tall, like being, plus size. Like, we got to learn to accept who we are.
Yeah.
Period. You know, same thing with guys too. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the bottom line. And when we are able to do that and accept that, like, our beauty is our beauty and our, what we look like is what we look like, I think we'll be a little bit more confident, and we'll start to be proud of those different things that are about us. Because I just, I remember growing up, like, I got a big full nose, right? And I remember being clowned about my nose all the time, and I just had
Beyonce made you popular though, baby.
Yeah. You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
my man wanted Jackson 5.
Right, exactly. But it took me time because I was always roasted about my nose. And I remember I used to get into it with this girl in middle school. She has these big full lips. I used to talk about her. We just go at each other, particularly Black people just go at each other about our physical attributes, man. And that kind of tears us down, man. So, like, build each other up, but really, like, accepting who you are and what you are, and understand that you are beautiful the way you are. You know what I mean? And I don't want to sound cliche or anything, but that's just, that's what it is.
Because you can't be something else you're not, man. You can try, but you're still gonna be who you are, man.
Right. Because if you get all the surgery in the world, you can get that butt lift, you can get, them implants, breast implants. But if you ain't changed on the inside, you still gonna be insecure, right? Yep. You still gonna suffer and struggle. So, that's why Lil' Kim look like a ghoul.
Look like a fucking hobbit.
She like a Thundercat. Like, what is wrong with you, lady?
She like Leprechaun in the Hood. That's what she look like.
she looks awful.
Right.
She looks awful, and she was beautiful.
Yeah, she was
at the
beautiful.
She was beautiful.
Damn,
if Lil' Kim walked in my house right now, I would call the police, like, because I would be absolutely startled by her appearance, bro.
My dog would probably attack her. I ain't gonna lie. My dog would probably feel so frightened and will try to attack her ass. Like, what the fuck is that? What you got on the line, Keita? What you talking about over there?
So often we will hear, and tell me if I'm lying, if a Black woman can't find all I can speak on is being an African-American woman, because that's what I am. Mm-hmm. So often, if an African-American woman or a Black woman cannot find somebody, what has society said? Well, maybe you need to go outside of your culture. Because the white men seem to be snatching up all the African-American women, treating them better than your own. Then when the Black man can't find an African-American woman or a Black woman, he's told, well, the white women, they seem to be more subservient and more catering than your own women. Why don't you go outside of that and you'll get that? we need to uplift our own communities with educating our children after we've educated ourselves on having to be confident within ourselves as not just ourselves, but a people, because I feel from that will come the power necessary so that us as African Americans particularly will be able to have better, more flourishing relationships. I get it. Slavery has damaged 400 years of the family. The women had to be strong because the man was ripped away because they were property and had to raise the child by herself. And then there was turmoil between that because you might be ripped away from your child. I get that. The man was so used to not being responsible and ripped away from his family. By the time slavery ended, he would say, baby, I'm going out for some bread, and never come back because it was too hard as a Black man in society living between the 20s all the way up to the 50s. I hear all that. But that time has changed, and we know what looks right and what is right from what's wrong. So having to abandon the family and having to say, I just want these thoughts out here who are gold digging and I'm providing the gold so that I don't have to be there for my family, or the women saying, I don't have to be more than a prize to be had. And after that, I don't do anything else. All of that is going to have to change by us first focusing on where we went wrong to then teach our children what not to do wrong, because we are not woke. We are not woke, and we are making the same mistakes our children will.
Oh, so she's cooking now. She's
cooking. I gotta going in. Yeah, for sure. We gotta empower each other.
Because you can't sit up here and say, can you cook? Negro, can you build a house? Like, I need you to be able to keep this house standing after I cook in the kitchen. Like, we've got to be able to know what can we contribute to each other by contributing to this community. Once you do that contribution, you're going to find that you find meaningful, more substance type relationships. Yeah. So
and I think to add to that, I don't, that was a great point. And I don't know that I can add too much to that, but like, definitely, fellas, you got to learn to shut the up. Okay.
I think we talked about that before. Yeah, just shut up, man.
Because what, Greg?
Because when you try to win, you lose.
Yeah.
But when you lose, when you know you can't win, you win. It's that simple.
That's it.
Stop trying to win, damn it. Stop it. Give it the fuck up. Just give it up, okay?
Stop trying to win.
I don't know how many times we have to say it, man. You can't fucking win. You can't.
You can't.
But it's okay.
But
you can't win. It's okay.
Yeah. No.
What is it that we have? What do we take away today? What are our quality content that we could add to this?
Quality content. Always remember you can't win. That's one thing. As long as you know that. Yeah.
As long as you know that. Fellas specifically. We talking to you specifically. You can't win. You cannot win, bro.
I ran that theory by my therapist, and he was astounded because it was so accurate. Like,
it's profound.
He was like, please explain. And I broke it down. He's like, you actually got a point. Hey, man. Hey. You've been married longer than I have, buddy. So yeah.
That's right.
Funny.
Can't win.
So what's your speed?
I got two. I'm finishing this book. It's called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Just real good book. Are you familiar with the book?
That's my friend, y'all. That's my friend. He an author.
Jen Sincero?
I'm talking about you.
Oh.
Writing books.
No, it's a good book. I don't know, it's just kind of inspiring, kind of affirmed a lot of things that I've been thinking recently about, like God and the universe, and also just like setting intentions and setting goals and stuff like that. That's my first one. The other one is me and my wife just finished up the 4th season of Handmaid's Tale. Bruh, that is such a good show. It's like one of the best shows I've ever seen, man. It's such a good show. It's set in this dystopian future where basically like the country has split apart America has split apart, and like there's a part of the country where like women are basically sex slaves, right? Women, it's illegal for women to read and write, and if a woman is caught reading, they cut her finger off, and like the women are basically like being impregnated. It's wild. It's wild show, but it's like, ooh, that's so close to where we at now.
Yeah, real talk.
Real life.
Yeah, real life.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, that's those are my two. So the book is called You Are a Badass, and then Handmaid's Tale. It's pretty good.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think I have two as well. One, I'm not a religious person. I don't like religion.
Heathen.
But I love religion at the same time, because without it, I wouldn't have ever been introduced to his word and to some type of a foundation. But I am a spiritual person, and I do keep my Bible. I just don't believe in sex and religions and things of that nature. I just don't go for all that. But I feel that spiritually, get right with yourself. You might not agree with having to pick up the Bible, maybe the Torah, maybe it's the Quran, maybe it's something else. Whatever it is, get spiritually grounded into something, because that is the only way you're going to be able to build with another person, is if you have a foundation set in some way for yourself. I'm not saying become a part of a religion, but get spiritually sound to some degree. The second thing is having to treat others how you would want to be treated. That's the only thing the golden rule. Because if you want to be seen as more than just some booty, then be more than just some booty. Ooh. If you want to be seen more, if you want to be more than just a walking bank for somebody, then be more than just a walking bank, So if you don't want to be looked at just for your money, if you don't want to be looked at just for your booty, then do what you would hope if you were the opposite sex or the opposite person you're trying to obtain. Do what you would like to be done to that person. Think about how you would want to be received. And pardon me. Thank you. And that's what I've got.
You be more than just your what, Greg?
Your booty. Oh, that punani.
Why does nobody use that word anymore? Like that word just kind of came and went. Like nobody uses that. Are we gonna bring that word 90s. Back?
Yeah, we bringing it right back.
So 90s. I just say cootie cat.
I'm gonna ask my wife, like, let me get some of that punani.
All right.
But in the words of the great Lisa Ray, make the money, don't let it make you.
Yeah.
Shout out to
good
the Players
close
Club.
out. That's a good scripture. The
all right.
book of it.
All right, lead us out of here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun, man. You know what I'm talking about. Quality Minutes podcast. Make every minute count, as always, out there. You know what I'm talking about. Tap in, livequalityminutes.com. Of course, we love everybody and their mama just for having them. Yeah. From your boy Yak, Speedy, and Miss Keita out there. Happy belated birthday again.
Yeah. Definitely.
We'll see y'all in a minute. Tap in, subscribe, like, all that. Instagram, Facebook. Fuck with us.
livequalityminutes.com.
Yes, indeed.
Bye, guys.
Yonder. Going in, son. Hey, man. I am so hammered right now, bro.